Hi, I'm Thomas Fonseca. Welcome to another episode of Retire Healthy. Today I'm going to talk about when to take Social Security. There's a lot of varying opinions about this, and Social Security Administration doesn't make it easy, but you should definitely go online and look at your benefits, your statement, so that you know what your benefits are going to be when you take Social Security and at what age. So the way they break it down typically is between taking it at 62 when you're first eligible to taking it at 67, which is 5 years later, of course, or at age 70. It seems to me 62 has got to be the best deal because, at least in my case, I'm going to get around $2,000 per month. But if I wait till I'm 65, I'm going to get around $3,000. So if I take the money, let's say $2,000 a month for 60 months, that's 5 years, that's $120,000 just by simple math, not investing the money, just spending it, So $120,000, or, maybe I put it in my mattress and just save it. And not getting any interest or anything like that. It's $120,000 after 5 years. So if I instead take it at 67, I'm going to get around $3,000 a month. That's a pretty significant upgrade, $1,000 a month. But how long is it going to take to equal the money that I would have, which is $120,000 without investing or anything, or even putting it in a high interest savings account? Just stuffing it in my mattress, it's $120,000. Well, it's going to take 120 months because I'm getting $1,000 more at age 67, which is 5 years later than 62. So it's going to take 120 months to make up that $120,000. That's a long time. That's 10 years. So when I start taking the money at 67, 10 years later is the break-even point with when I had taken it at 62. So that's 77 years old. I'm going to be a very different person. Well, I'm going to be, mostly the same, but I'm going to be a lot older at 70 than I am when I'm 62. So at 62, I'm anticipating that I'm still going to want to travel. I'm still going to want to drive. I'm still going to want to do all the things that I do now, ride my bike, hike, maybe even run, I don't know. And that's something I look forward to as part of a healthy aging process. But at 77, even people who are in the best shape, and I know some of them, they're in the Santa Rosa Cycling Club where I like to ride my bike, they're still very active and amazing people, and they have very active lifestyles, but they don't hear as well, they don't see as well, they don't taste food as well, I would imagine. And so it's the law of diminishing returns that you're dealing with. And the government is trying to take the risk off of them and put the risk back on you, which is, some people call it a scam, some people call it unfair. I would say just make sure you're making an informed decision when you decide to take your Social Security. Because if you prolong it and you put it off, you may never reach the break-even point. You don't know what the future holds, of course. You can't know your death date. If you did, then you could make sure that you maximize your benefits. But as I say, the government knows very well that you don't know your death date, and they don't want to take the risk. They want you to take the risk. My recommendation is, and I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a retirement planner, I'm just a retired computer programmer, but just looking at the numbers, doing the simple math, if you take your benefits at 62, you can make a lot of money with those benefits. If you don't need them, you can invest. And 7-10-10-7 rule, if you're getting 7% back, which is basically investing in the S&P 500, buy VOO from Vanguard, buy VTI, buy SPY, any of those, and you're gonna get something on the order of 7% return. Your money would double in 10 years. Now consider the fact that if you are doing that, if you're investing 100% of your retirement benefit at age 62, you've also got a lump of money there that you can leave to your beneficiaries. So that's something to consider. That definitely wouldn't be there. There are survivor benefits from Social Security, but I don't think they're going to compare to just taking your benefits at 62 and then investing the money and leaving it to your beneficiaries. So that's another thing to consider. Anyway, I hope that makes it simpler to think about for you. And I hope you decide, as I have, that 62 is probably the safest way to go, and also provides good financial benefits. There is a point around 77, 78 years old where you would get more back. So if you really feel you're going to live to be 90, 100 years old, that would definitely be the best option, is to wait and take your benefits later. But if you're like me and both of your parents died before the age of 80, you may want to consider taking your benefits early. If you have been, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.